Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike. Thanks for jumping on with me this morning. Last week I saw an article in an industry publication that's headline read, let me see if I can get this right, Homes hit most expensive level in U.S. history. Typical media, total BS. Okay? They're trying to make the point that increasing home prices have made buying a home too expensive for most Americans. But as usual, the media has left off some important information in an attempt to create a dramatic, hysterical headline. They forgot to address things like interest rates under 3% right now. They left off that little detail. So let's take a look at real estate at some facts. Okay, just some facts, not the drama, not the hysteria that the media is so focused on in every aspect of life now. Keep in mind, their intent is not to give you factual news. Their intent is to create drama to make you buy more of what they're selling. Okay, but let's take a look at some facts. The average home price in Atlanta has gone from a little less than $300,000 to about $350,000 in the past 18 months. That's almost a 20% increase in the average home price, right? So wouldn't that mean that the average home now costs 20% more? No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. Because it doesn't take into account declining interest rates. So let's look at some payments. Assuming a 10% down payment, okay? A $300,000 house at a 5% fixed rate had a principal and interest payment of $1,891. Again, that's a $300,000 house from 2 years ago at a 5% fixed rate. 5% is still really good. Hey, when I got into the industry, interest rates were about 12 to 13%. I can remember them going under 10 to single digits and thinking, oh my gosh, we've hit a gold mine here. 5% 2 years ago, everybody thought that was really good. Well, let's fast forward about 24 months. That same house is no longer $300,000, right? It's now $350,000 or maybe even a little bit more. But let's just keep this example in round numbers. So that $300,000 house is now $350,000, but interest rates are no longer at 5%. They're south of 3%, but let's just use 3 as our example number today. So that $300,000 house that's now gone to $350,000 at a 3% interest rate, well, its payment is only $1,790. 2 years ago, the same house at a lower price, its payment would have been $1,891. So that house, even though it's gone up $50,000 in value, cost $100 a month less than it did 2 years ago. Now let's just pause there for a second. Let me go right back to the media headline. Homes hit most expensive level in history. What are your home buyers most concerned about? Sales price or monthly payment? Now, I'm going to contend that this is the difference between home sellers and home buyers. If I'm a home seller, I am totally focused on sales price, cash in my pocket at closing. I don't care what your payments are. It's not my issue. But home buyers are concerned about their monthly budget. What can I afford in a payment? It's our job as their professional to help them translate sales price into monthly payment so they can decide what they can afford. Otherwise, if you talk sales price to a home buyer, they're left to feel what is expensive and what is affordable versus knowing. They know what they can afford in a payment every month. Sales prices are very subjective to the home buyer, not to the home seller. So that $300,000 house, while over the last 2 years has gone up almost 20% in value, now costs $100 less a month than it did 2 years ago at the lower price. Folks, the truth is that $300,000 from 2 years ago, with today's lower interest rates, The same house could now be $400,000, could gone up 35% in value and still cost the same amount of money every month. It's important that we try to help our home buyers understand this when they're in an offer negotiation process and they're concerned about escalating prices. I don't care so much about the purchase price as a home buyer as I do the monthly payment. Is it still in an affordable range for me? I hope that makes sense. Whenever we get into numbers like this, it can get a little bit confusing. Our big takeaway is, while home prices continue to go up with the lower rates, homes are more affordable than ever before, not more expensive. That's the media. And watch out for the media, folks. They're lazy and they love to sell drama. That's the business they're in, not educating and informing you. Help your home buyers understand that, and that's how we go out there and make it happen today.